Picture this. You're walking down the street when suddenly you see someone floating in midair, completely motionless, defying every law of physics you thought you knew. Your jaw drops, your brain scrambles to make sense of what you're witnessing, and then you realize something incredible. They're not actually floating. They're using nothing but their own body weight and years of dedicated training to create what looks like pure magic. Welcome to the mind-bending world of gravity-defying calisthenics. Today we're diving deep into how ordinary humans can learn to seemingly break the laws of physics using nothing more than their own body weight. We'll explore the most jaw-dropping moves that make people look twice, the science behind why these techniques work so well for building superhuman strength, and most importantly, how you can start your own journey from complete beginner to gravity-defying athlete. But first, let me blow your mind with a simple truth that most people never realize. Every single day, you're already in a constant battle with gravity. When you stand up from a chair, climb stairs, or even just maintain good posture, you're actively working against this invisible force that's constantly trying to pull you down. The difference between regular people and those who seem to defy gravity isn't magic. It's understanding how to work with and against this force in ways that most people never imagine possible. The fascinating thing about gravity-defying calisthenics is that it starts with the most basic foundation you can imagine. Think about a simple plank hold. When you hold your body rigid in that position, you're already beginning to understand what it means to work against gravity in a controlled way. Your core muscles are firing constantly to prevent gravity from pulling your hips down. Your shoulders are working to maintain stability, and your entire body is learning to function as one connected unit. This is where the journey begins, but here's what makes it so addictive. Unlike traditional weightlifting where you add external resistance, calisthenics forces you to become the resistance. Every progression, every new skill you unlock, requires you to develop a deeper understanding of how your body moves through space and how to manipulate your relationship with gravity. Let's talk about what really happens when someone achieves these seemingly impossible positions. Take the human flag, for example. When you see someone hanging horizontally from a vertical pole, your brain immediately thinks this defies physics. But what's actually happening is a perfect demonstration of leverage, core strength, and body positioning. The person has learned to create tension throughout their entire body while using their arms as anchor points, essentially turning themselves into a rigid lever. The secret lies in understanding that gravity doesn't just pull straight down, it affects different parts of your body based on their position and distance from your center of mass. Advanced calisthenics practitioners learn to manipulate these forces by shifting their center of gravity, creating counterbalances, and using momentum in ways that create the illusion of weightlessness. But here's what's really exciting about this approach to fitness. Unlike gym-based training where you might focus on isolated muscle groups, gravity-defying calisthenics demands that your entire body work as one integrated system. When you're learning a handstand, you're not just building shoulder strength. You're developing proprioception, balance, core stability, wrist flexibility, and mental focus all at the same time. The progression pathway is unlike anything else in fitness. You start with basic movements like push-ups and pull-ups, but each advancement opens up entirely new possibilities. Once you master a regular push-up, you can progress to archer push-ups, then one-arm push-ups, then handstand push-ups, and eventually moves like the planche where you're supporting your entire body weight horizontally on just your hands. What makes this so captivating is that each new skill feels like unlocking a superpower. The first time you hold a freestanding handstand, the first time you perform a muscle-up, or the first time you achieve a front lever, you experience a rush that goes far beyond just getting stronger. You're literally expanding what you believed was possible for human movement. The mental aspect of this training cannot be overstated. When you're upside down in a handstand, your brain has to completely rewire its understanding of balance and spatial orientation. When you're holding a human flag, you're teaching your nervous system to create tension patterns that most people never even attempt. This creates a unique form of mind-body connection that transfers to every other aspect of your life. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Is this actually practical, or is it just showing off? The answer might surprise you. The strength, coordination, and body awareness you develop through gravity-defying calisthenics creates a level of functional fitness that's hard to match through any other training method. These aren't just party tricks. They're demonstrations of real, usable strength and control. Consider the practical applications. The core strength required for a front lever translates to better posture and back health in daily life. The shoulder stability needed for handstand training helps prevent injuries and improves overhead movement patterns. The grip strength developed through advanced pulling movements enhances your ability to carry, lift, and manipulate objects in real-world situations. But perhaps the most valuable benefit is the confidence that comes from knowing you can control your body in any position or situation. When you've trained yourself to be comfortable upside down, sideways, or in complex movement patterns, normal daily activities feel effortless by comparison. The beauty of starting this journey is that it requires almost nothing in terms of equipment. A simple pull-up bar, some floor space, and maybe a wall for handstand practice is enough to begin developing these incredible abilities. You're not dependent on gym hours, equipment availability, or monthly memberships. Your body becomes your gym, and gravity becomes your training partner. The progression system is naturally built in. Your body weight provides the perfect resistance because it scales with your strength development. As you get stronger, you can attempt more challenging variations and positions. As you master basic skills, advanced techniques become possible. It's a self-regulating system that grows with you throughout your entire fitness journey. One of the most rewarding aspects of this training is how it changes your relationship with failure. When you're learning to handstand, you'll fall hundreds of times before achieving balance. When working toward a muscle-up, you'll have countless attempts where you almost make it but not quite. This process teaches you to view failure not as defeat, but as valuable feedback that guides your next attempt. The community aspect is incredible too. When you're at a park practicing handstands or working on human flags, people notice. You'll find yourself connecting with others who share this passion for movement and self-improvement. There's something special about the calisthenics community that celebrates progress over perfection and encourages everyone to push their own limits. What's particularly fascinating is how these skills develop your understanding of physics through direct experience. You learn about leverage when practicing levers, understand momentum during dynamic movements, and discover the principles of balance through handstand training. It's applied physics education using your own body as the laboratory. The time investment is remarkably efficient compared to traditional fitness approaches. A 30-minute session focusing on handstand progression can provide a full-body workout while simultaneously developing a specific skill. You're building strength, improving balance, enhancing flexibility, and working on coordination all within the same movement practice. As we wrap up this exploration of gravity-defying calisthenics, remember that every expert was once a beginner who decided to take that first step. The person performing seemingly impossible moves started with the same basic push-ups and pull-ups that anyone can learn. The only difference between them and where you are right now is consistent practice and a willingness to gradually push the boundaries of what seems possible. Whether you're looking to build functional strength, develop impressive skills, or simply want to experience the unique satisfaction of mastering your own body weight, calisthenics offers a path that's both challenging and deeply rewarding. Start with the basics. Focus on proper form. Be patient with the process, and prepare to discover capabilities you never knew you had. Your journey to defying gravity starts with a single rep, and the only limit is how far you're willing to push yourself. The most important step is simply beginning, because once you experience the rush of achieving something that once seemed impossible, you'll understand why so many people become completely addicted to the art of bodyweight mastery. Subscribe for more health fitness content.